What is up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a chill photography vlog style video. So I've done these kinds of videos before on my channel. If you enjoyed them, then you will enjoy this week's video. I'm going to talk about a day that I had in studio last week that I did 3 different shoots, 2 of which were very creative shoots, and the last one was a very simple portrait shoot, which was an excellent way to cap the evening. I'm also going to talk a little bit about why that last portrait shoot got cut short, but that'll be for later at the end of the video. So I really wanted to collaborate with these amazing people who I had collaborated with the week before. So we have Amanda on hair, we have Tris as a model, and we have Sakura as a makeup artist. So after we cranked out these incredible shots the week before, we decided that we would get together again and do a floral themed set. We also had this fantastic designer, Anna, who made these beautiful floral outfits that went with the theme perfectly. And then we also had Diana, who was a hairstylist assistant, but also came to model a little bit. So getting to the studio, setting up all of that, everybody starts to arrive. We have a full team, all hands on deck, super exciting. And Amanda and Diana got started on putting gold leaf in Tris's hair and kind of slicking it back. Sakura gets started with the makeup on Tris. She does like this really cool thing with petals across the top of her brow. Once that look was like kind of coming together, we started looking at outfits for Tris, and this one with this giant kind of V stood out to all of us. It actually wound up working extremely well with the boom lighting because it cast shadows down her body, so her face and like chest area was illuminated, and then her body area was completely in shadow. Such a cool look. They had also brought flowers that matched the colors of the dress, which just incredible consistency, and we got some really, really cool shots. And so after that, Diana jumped in there, and I did a few shots with Diana, and then Sakura was like, hey, like, do you want me to like judge her up a bit? Basically, and I was like, yeah, go for it. And so she hopped out, I took a few more shots with Tris, and then Diana comes back, and she has got makeup that matches Tris's incredibly well. So she's got gold leaf in her fringe, little petals on her eye, all of this really, really cool stuff. So the two of them together, oh my god, it just blew my mind how good it looked. Oh, one thing I should mention about this video is that I haven't like fully retouched and edited all of the photos in it, just because like the turnaround time on retouching 40 photos would be ridiculous. So a few of them are retouched and finalized, and then most of them are color corrected and toned and stuff like that. So for example, here is a raw image, here is a color corrected, toned, edited image, and then here is a fully retouched and finalized image. So you can kind of see the difference there, but yeah, I didn't want to do that for every single one because it does take like, I don't know, 15 to 45 minutes to retouch an image. So bear with me for some of these. Moving on. So we actually also had Tris's boyfriend, Bernard, and he was like really keen to just help out in whatever way possible, which I super appreciate that. So he wound up holding flowers on one side, and then we got Anna, the costume designer, in on the other side holding flowers, and we had this really cool scene. I've never had this many hands on deck for a photo shoot. Like, I've had people on set, like models and makeup artists and other photographers and stuff, but I've never had this many people committed to like one look at one time, you know what I mean? So that was super exciting for me, and very, very nice having people to hold up the flowers. So we got these great pictures of them like in this kind of fairy forest looking spot with these dark shadows, very Midsummer Night's Dream. Absolutely love that set. Then we called it because I had another set coming on, and so we said goodbye to Tris and Sakura and Diana and Anna and Bernard, and we said hello to Shelby, the new makeup artist, and Meadow, the new model. So I had shot with Meadow one time before, and it was for this dresses photo shoot, which was a really successful shoot. We got a lot of great photos, but it wasn't like super creative. I really wanted to do something editorial with Meadow because she's got this very editorial look. So we just went all out. Shelby covered her in gold, like gold hands, gold everything. We just absolutely gilded this girl. And then Amanda put this like gold stuff on her hair, like gold hairspray, and it just turned her blonde. Like, it was crazy watching this like very dark haired girl go blonde in front of my eyes in like minutes. She also did this really cool braid down the top of Meadow's head, which looked really sick. Yeah. And then Meadow starts like cranking out her outfits, and oh my god, she brought some good outfits. The one that I just like immediately fell in love with was this sequined silver jumpsuit. and we were doing gold, but I wanted it to be like really over the top. So I was like, gold and silver. That is the theme for this shoot. We got some absolutely phenomenal shots. I am so stoked about this set. Definitely gonna submit both of these creative sets to some magazines because like they are perfect for an editorial. I love the way that her earrings, she had these big chunky earrings that were super gold. She had these really long nails and she's got very slender hands. So it just like made this really, really cool regal look. Tried a whole bunch of different shooting positions, but the one that I found worked the best was when I was standing on the ladder above her and she was looking up, and you get these really cool square catch lights in her eye that I think add an extra dimension of geometry to the shot. Absolutely fantastic. Really excited about this. So, last one of the day was Heidi, and Heidi is a friend of mine, and I had invited her in to do portraits. And so we get started doing portraits. I take a few really cute portrait shots of her with the boom lighting and with the 2 light setup with the fill light coming in from behind. Got a ton there. You know, she dresses really, really well. So I was like, yeah, bring some really cool outfits. We'll get some like super clean, kind of black and white, crisp looking shots. I really like the way that those turned out. Unfortunately, I had to go and move my car because my parking expired at 6 p.m. and it was like 5:50. So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna go and move my car and then I will be right back. So me and Amanda and Shelby all walk out to the parkade where my car is parked, and my car has been broken into, and they broke not 1, but 2 different windows, and they took nothing. I'm mad that they broke the windows, but it's covered by ICBC. You know, it's fine. I had a bunch of tripods and stuff in the back. Like I had 2 background stands, 2 soft boxes, and a tripod. So they didn't take any of that. But I suppose that's what enticed them to break in, which is why I had parked in a parkade, because I thought, stupidly, I guess, that parkades were safer than street parking. Now looking back, I'm like, my car would have been safer on the street because it was still bright out, and like breaking into a car in broad daylight is way harder than breaking into a car in a dark, seedy parkade. So I learned a lesson there. But yeah, so nothing got stolen, which I guess was nice, except my gym shoes, which are climbing shoes, by the way. So they're in a bag that smells like something crawled in there and died and the body is decomposing. And they stole that bag and they didn't steal anything else. And everybody who I've told about this is like, oh, well, maybe they needed shoes. Climbing shoes are not good for being worn outside in like a woman's size 6 that smell like decaying animal. But you know what? To each their own. If they had taken all the tripods, I would have been at like $200, so that was good. So that kind of put a damper in my plans to finish the shoot with Heidi, as you can imagine. So I called Heidi and I was like, hey, like, here's what happened. I can't leave my car here because my parking's expired and the parkade closes at 6. And I can't bring my car out and park it on the street because it has no windows in it. So I'm just gonna come and pack up and then we'll come back to the parkade. So that was the end of that. I had to go back out and pack up and then bring all my stuff back and drive home with my windows all smashed. And it was pretty bad end of the day, but it was still a really good day and I still got a bunch of really cool photos out of it. The next day I called the guy and I was like, hey, how do I get my windows fixed? And he was like, oh, unfortunately, like there's supply chain issues. So it's gonna be 2 weeks for one window and then we actually can't find a supplier for the other window. I was like, no. And then recently he called me, he's like, okay, it'll be 3 weeks. So I'm gonna be driving around with no windows for 3 weeks, which is maybe a little humbling because I can't keep any of my photography stuff in my car at all. But at least I have a car, which is cool. And at least they didn't smash more than 2 windows. And at least I didn't take my tripod. So it all worked out in the end. And Amanda and Shelby were very supportive at the time when I was having this like minor breakdown. Didn't cry. I did laugh a lot because it was so funny that they took just my shoes and not my expensive photography gear. Anyway, yeah, so that was my full day in studio and my little story at the end. I did wind up getting some cool photos of Heidi, even though the shoot itself was only like 10 minutes. So yeah, Heidi, if you're watching this, we'll shoot again. We'll shoot again. I owe you one. I'm so sorry. Yeah. All right. Well, thank you guys. I hope to come back next week with a longer form video. It might be the history of photographic retouching. In fact, I'm pretty sure it is going to be that. I look forward to that. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. I know this was a bit of a short, fun, fluffy video, but we love those, don't we? Until next week, stay sharp and don't forget to keep shooting. Bye, guys.